Mic check, mic check.
No, I haven't really noticed it. I've noticed it more with booze.
It said 5 o'clock, but that clock is way off.
It's 1 o'clock.
Actually 1 o'clock, and you're watching Chelsea and Tony Live. This week we'll be reviewing your perfect light pictures. The right light, where the lighting makes the shot. And this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. It's amazing. Tony and I both have it, and we love it. That's why we're talking about it. So if you want to try it out for 14 days free, no credit card needed, none of that tricky mumbo jumbo, just go to squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code portfolio if you decide you want to buy it and you want 10% off. I think it starts at like $9 or $10 a month anyway, so that's affordable.
Your voice has been getting more and more frantic throughout the plug.
Oh my God.
By the end, you're like, oh my,
Squarespace.
Thanks for sponsoring us, Squarespace. If you have a Squarespace portfolio and you want us to review it during the live show, go to sdp.io/link. We'll try to take a look at a portfolio about halfway through the show. In the meantime, you guys can start sending in your pictures. As we said, this main subject is light, where light was like key to making the photo great. Go to sdp.io/submit and use the password shaft. You know, like a shaft of light.
Justin suggested that one.
That's right.
Speaking of Justin, our producer, is in the studio here making everything work for us.
We're in a dope t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out.
Yep. Just like on the website.
You can buy that. You can also communicate with us live by writing a comment, and our producer, Siobhan, out in Philly, might read it to us during the course of the live show. So ask questions that are interesting.
Or just
Siobhan
funny.
hates scare questions, too.
Or just funny.
Yeah, just be hilarious.
Okay.
No challenge there. You can also use hashtag TC Live on Twitter. Don't tell people to try to be funny. Makes them less funny.
It doesn't work well.
Okay, we'll take a look at a couple of your pictures. There's not too much news to cover this week, but next week, Candid Family. We'll be back on Thursday at 5 o'clock.
It doesn't have to be your family if you don't have any.
You can just be a real creep and go photograph somebody else's family.
I photograph other people's families, like street photography. If something cute's going on, I'll do it. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I want to see candid moments because I think it's a good exercise, but I also think it'll be something good for all of you to keep, because I know a lot of you take pictures week to week. So sometimes we forget. We see our family all the time. We forget how special they are. So go and take some nice pictures of them without them knowing it. If they see you, just run. Don't say I'm the one who suggested it. Then submit them next week.
Playing Chelsea. The only real bit of news that I found interesting was the announcement of the Kodak Ektra, which is it's a camera-centric smartphone from Kodak, right? So it runs Android, and you can actually run Instagram on it, but it seems to have like a real lens. Perfect. It's almost exactly what we've been talking about.
We've been talking about something like this,
right? Except I think it has one thing that frustrates me about it is it's the same like 25 millimeter lens that every smartphone has.
Yeah.
And what I want from a smartphone camera is basically like more telephoto, maybe some background blur. And instead what they do is they just keep giving us more dynamic range or, lower noise or something. But that's good. But I really want to be able to zoom in. That's what I think is the biggest weakness of the smartphones is you're always shooting at this wide angle. And that's great much of the time, but not great all the time.
They have those screw-on lenses for your cell phone, and someone let me use theirs. And they do work well, but then I was like, it's not super practical.
Well, the screw-on lenses only make them even wider angle. There's no like telephoto screw-on lens.
Yes, yeah.
Really? I've never seen one. I've only seen them make it super wide angle.
No, I'm pretty sure they zoom in.
Oh, I'd be interested in checking that out.
I checked it out. We did. But the case was, so you want to take the lenses off because they're protruding quite a bit. And then the case was very sharp. So it made your phone uncomfortable to hold. And when I say sharp, I'm not over exaggerating. I mean, you could cut yourself on it. It was that sharp.
You're talking about the one Chris Gampat had?
Yeah, I wasn't going to call him out.
Why not? He's not embarrassed by it.
I don't know how he feels. But anyway, so yeah, he let me use it. I thought they worked pretty well. But then I was thinking, I'm not going to carry around this little tiny baggie of lenses and then put the case on. And I don't know. It seemed kind of weird to me.
Anyway, I've decided I think I'm going to switch back to iPhone, and I'm going to get myself an iPhone 7 Plus
You are?
because of that sweet 50 millimeter lens. It's sweet.
What
I'm
about,
so sick of being stuck at like 28 millimeters.
are you excited about the background blurry thing?
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
That's why I want it. But you need the plus for that one, right?
Yeah, you got to get the Plus
I'm going to need bigger pockets.
because it's got the telephoto lens. I know women's pants are like too small for the Plus. You just carry, well, you just have to carry a purse or something. Let's take a look at a few pictures. I can't believe out of all the different Android hardware manufacturers, nobody's ever put a telephoto lens on. I just checked out everybody. There's nothing. There's dual lens cameras, but they're both super wide angle, or they're wide angle and then even super wider angle.
I was actually hoping this technology was gonna come from the other direction, like the camera manufacturers would integrate the smartphone interface and capabilities into a smaller camera.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's not happening. I guess
No.
probably cell phones sell more than cameras anyway, so maybe it makes more sense to go from the other way.
I actually have a theory that the smartphone manufacturers consider the camera manufacturers to be a minor threat. They do seem to have done some things to shut them out. Like they've certainly not coordinated with them to make it easier to transfer pictures from your phone to your camera. And then things like Google canceling Picasa. You know, this free app, Picasa was a free app that would let you do raw processing, but on your computer,
Yeah.
which seems to detract, like it would not serve people doing smartphone photography at all. And instead they put all their energy into stuff that would help smartphone photographers. The Google Pixel, certainly all about photography as well as the new iPhones.
Our industry
They're
is
trying to
just
shut them out.
really getting a shakedown here. This
Wow.
person knew just what I was talking about.
And look at that, like an old Kodak digital point and shoot camera. And, you know, if we zoom in here, we're not going to see like beautiful dynamic range or technical quality. But the image itself is gorgeous, and I'm giving it a pick.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, because you don't need a fancy camera. It's more about the light. This is 90% of it. The technical part, maybe it's 10%.
Look at that little waterfall at the edge.
Oh,
too.
yeah, I almost didn't notice that.
Really beautiful.
I almost want to go in and highlight that a little bit by just burning it.
Dodging or?
Well, I was thinking more like, drop the shadows a little bit.
Oh, drop the shadows around it.
Yeah, then maybe a little burning of the highlights or dodging of the highlights to bring them up some too. But you see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we almost overlooked it, so a little contrast there could help it out. He's adorable, and he's definitely in a spot of light.
You've got the right light and the right face and the right little corgi booty. He's so cute.
That dog's name is Bubba.
No.
Oh, look at that.
I thought that was Doge.
Yeah, it could be.
Doge is my brain just turned off the type of dog that he is. Siobhan, you know what Doge is, right?
Shiba Inu?
Yes, Shiba Inu. Thank you. I just kept talking thinking it would come to me. I'm like, it'll come by the time you get to the end of the sentence. I was wrong. This is beautiful. I love the backlighting. I love the colors. And this one's about feeling too. You can see it's not perfectly sharp anywhere, but it's more about the mood. It's more about the scene. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful. You could sell this stock.
Yeah, I give it a pick right away. Beautiful shot.
Oops, I got excited. Whoa. Is that rain? It's coming from the side. Is that a sprinkler?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. I got distracted by that right away. I was like, is this just a sprinkler in the sun?
Oh, is this a...
Either way, it's cool.
It's cool.
But we don't have a white point in there. So it's like, don't be afraid to blow things out a little bit.
Don't be afraid. This is nice. I see these blind shots. They're cool.
Yeah, and I think we often keep an eye out for nice light, even when we're traveling, and we'll just, put whoever we're with in the nice light and get a photo of them.
Yeah,
That's a great thing to do. That one turned out nice.
I like it. Let's go. I got a new monitor, which I'm very excited about. It's really cool, but now my mic is right in the way, so I still can't see my monitor. We'll have to figure this out. Can I go like this?
Yeah, sure. That should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever works. You can move your monitor too.
Okay.
We need the mics that come down from the ceiling.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that like what the wrestling guys do? They'll be like, Monday, Monday, Monday.
I don't feel like you have to do that.
Let's get ready to rumble. If you get me that. This is cool, Ben. I like the light. It's kind of beautiful, but kind of spooky.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of a spooky, nice, moody shot.
We never did our spooky theme. I made it family.
Oh, we could change it to spooky. It's not too late.
You want to do spooky?
Okay, we'll do spooky next week. Forget the candid families. Maybe we'll do that the week after.
We'll do that the week after, so still do that. Oh, Siobhan was like, dang, I could do that. But you could do spooky too. Your kids are going to dress up for Halloween. You could do 2 in 1. This is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah, I think the showing both the subject and the shadow is cool.
I like that it's not level, too. It
Made it more
adds
interesting.
movement. Yeah.
The aurora.
I mean, yeah, that's the most right light that there is. Am I right?
Yeah, somehow we missed focus on it a little bit. I'm not sure. It's a little bit soft, but nonetheless, the lighting is gorgeous. So I'll give you a pick. And I know you were out when it was really, really cold. So yeah, that's a good call. Adding a little bit more contrast to it.
This is great. That's on our bucket list to see the aurora. We need a guide. Well, yeah, these are interesting lights. I guess they do make the mood. Cool.
Nice composition on that, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess something during the blue hour counts. I mean, certainly they're thinking about the light, and when you photograph within like an hour of sunset or an hour after sunset, you'll get some light in the sky, and it's just vastly more interesting than photographing 3 hours after sunset when the sky is just completely black. Oh, that's cool. They like held out the light bulb in front of the sun.
Yeah, I would actually take some of this out of here, Scotty. Put the perceived horizon in about the bottom third, and then you see more of the reflection and everything.
Yeah, it's a tough shot with the depth of field. I did like it with some additional contrast. I would try to get in as high of a f-stop as you could.
My gosh. You must be so upset you didn't save this for the spooky episode.
Yeah, I don't know that it qualifies for light, but I'll give it a pick for being really, really spooky.
I think it does, because this is like very spooky light here, Tony. Let's see, let's get...
That's true. It is some spooky light. I did notice a little bit of, well, ghosting around our subject there, so be careful with the processing.
Tony.
That's a great shot.
Even the
Very cool.
hands. What a good model.
Yeah, they really worked the silhouette. It might have been nice if their left arm had been out a little bit more to just
they
a
got that
little
little
visual
peak.
separation.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this spot color?
I don't know. I think they're trying to enhance the goldenness, and they're setting off your spot color detector.
It's not technically spot color. It's just close. Be careful.
You be careful.
Got your eye on. Where got your eye on you? All right, never mind.
You okay?
Yeah, it's rough trying to do this at 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah. Actually, it really is. I can't wait to go back to 5 o'clock. It's going to be good for us.
That's a nice shot.
I always feel bad. Like, I feel kind of greedy when people are like, hey, if you could make
beautiful.
it this time, it'd really help me out. And I don't know how to tell them, like, I like to just be done with my day when we're done. Have a drink, go get dinner. It's nice. We're all
I
done with
know.
our work for the day.
5 o'clock New York City time is not ideal for anybody on the planet except for us.
We're a
But
little
what are we
bit-
going to do? That's when we got to do it.
I know. We have so much work to get done the whole rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice. Light. Good.
Yeah, even think, drag up the vibrance a little bit. Great shot. Yeah, gorgeous light. Oh, this one too. I love the use of the foreground here and all the different lines. Beautiful colors.
Yeah.
That's a really gorgeous composition, and the reflections are just perfect. Really gorgeous shot. Look at that one to pick too. Really thoughtful shot. Great landscape shot. The sky is really gorgeous. I love all the texture in it, and I think black and white is a good choice for this.
Yeah.
I don't have any
I don't think
constructive
the
criticism
light.
about it.
I don't think it's all about the light. I think it's about the tree.
I
It's
agree.
still nice.
And I almost commented, and then I was like, why do I need to like try to stick to the theme so tightly? It's just a nice shot.
It's really
Same with
important.
this, like the light here. Well, I guess you have a little bit of a God ray going on there. Chelsea, do you have tips for bringing out God rays in Lightroom or Photoshop? Because I feel like they always need a little more punch.
It's actually pretty hard to do because you can see, if you go to my screen here, Justin, you can see what defines them is that you have darker areas and light areas, but it's like on a gradient. So if you go in and you just try to do a big dark stroke right here by dodging and burning, first of all, it has to be perfectly straight. Otherwise, people will be able to see your editing right away. And secondly, it has to blend really well. So you can do it, but you kind of have to take some artistic ability. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. I was wondering if I could accentuate it a little bit
There's not,
by
like-
just dropping the shadows and
It's
raising
hard.
the highlights.
No, there's not like a real quick fix if you want.
Maybe helped a little bit, but not a lot. Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. And they never have the pop that you saw with your eye.
You can also, you could, if you were going to get really into Photoshop, you could have a whole layer that was God rays and then just impose it over it as well, which is something I've done. You said I should make a video on it, remember?
Yeah, you're pretty good at it. That's why I asked you about it. Beautiful shot, and the light here is
It's really
definitely
good.
important.
Yeah.
Especially with animals, a little bit of backlighting can ruin a shot, but front lighting like this is the best. It's rough for portraits, but
Good for
birds don't
birds.
show like blemishes and such. Just be careful with the focus. Oh, what an interesting angle!
This is so cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I gave that one a pick. Just like a great aerial shot. The composition was really striking, and it took my brain a second even to process it. But we do get to see the bridge in profile, thanks to the shadow there. I
Yeah,
think that
thanks
really
to
makes
the
it. Really great shot, like gallery corner
This is
shot.
beautiful, Kyle Wolf.
Yeah, that is
Kyle's
gorgeous.
back.
Yeah,
Really
we have
nice.
the like setting sun kind of illuminating the mountain in the background, and also, see another photographer there moving. Without this, you wouldn't even know that there were different layers here. So it's that light that came in and really added the three-dimensional form to it.
Yeah,
Beautiful shot.
really beautiful. Yeah, good time of day for all that to go on.
Minor point though, these buildings are leaning out a little bit, and I think it's because it's a heavy crop from a wide-angle camera that was like maybe tilted back a little bit or tilted down, something like that. So be careful with that. You can fix that with. Sometimes you can fix it in Lightroom, or you can fix it with a perspective transform
You
in
have a
Photoshop.
video on that in a Photoshop book, and I actually learned
Check
how
out
to
our
do it
Photoshop
from
book.
you because I went through every exercise in the Photoshop book to make sure it was correct, and I learned a lot from you actually.
Yeah, it can be natural for buildings to lean in towards the center a little bit, but it definitely feels unnatural when they're leaning out.
Yeah.
The light here actually strikes me as a little bit flat, though it is, providing a great deal of contrast in the sky there.
Yeah.
It was still a nice shot.
Istanbul. Nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I guess we have the light kind of from that artificial light up in the corner that's adding some interest. Maybe it's also a little bit spooky.
It is a little spooky. This one. Kyle Medina. Wow.
I don't know what it actually looked like. I guess my first thought was to tone it down just a little bit. That bridge sure looks familiar to me.
Yeah, it's.
I think it's a gorgeous shot, but yeah, maybe I would tone down the saturation a little bit.
I would go a little more cool with it.
So for those who are new, this is a long exposure with maybe a bus coming through, and so what you're seeing are the red brake lights as it drives through the scene. But it provides a really nice line, and the fact that you managed to get the stars in there too, really great, really nicely done.
Yeah,
It's
it's
tough to
really nice.
balance that exposure. Another God ray shot. Turned out really nice. I think the God rays themselves are beautiful. It would definitely be nice to have some sort of focal point in there, but you just can't kind of plan that thing. It would have to be luck, because it's not like God rays happen on a predictable basis, and you can't quickly charter a sailboat to go through the scene. So it'd be nice if there were a focal point, but I get it.
That's nice. Oh, this is beautiful too.
Yeah, this is really
I'm gonna give
gorgeous.
this 5 stars. This is really beautiful. I love the colors.
Yeah, and you did a good job of capturing it because it can be tough to kind of isolate what's beautiful about a scene like that. But that's really nice.
The colors are just so rich and so nice.
Yeah, that should be a print.
It should be a print. Makes me miss summer. Wow.
Classic sunset shot. And the way you'd get a focal point in this would be to just keep revisiting that spot, like day after day after day after day on sunset. And someday you'll have a nice sunset and you'll have a boat going through or some geese or something, but it's just going to take repetition.
I really like it as is too. Wow. That's really neat.
Yeah, I kind of like the airplane in there. It kind of adds, like, the fact that it's slightly off kilter adds a little bit of visual interest to it.
I think that they made the lights all just about the same color, and I like that you did that. You can see, if I bring up the exposure, you can see the skyline's almost black and white instead of all the different yellow lights. I think they took some colors out of it. Looks good.
This feels very cinematic to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that a lot too. It's hard to describe, but
This is calm.
yeah, we
We were just there.
yeah,
I know.
I remember.
Remember that? We were there. We did some things.
Yeah, great
We
light.
said
I love
some
the way
things.
it's reflecting off the bridge, and otherwise the bridge, if it were in shadow, it would just seem to disappear. But it had a lot of depth to it. Really nicely done. This is just gorgeous. What can we do though? Maybe if it were just like,
Well, there's some chromatic aberration, so we might want to get rid of that. Look at their poses are great too.
yeah, if you don't know, there's a tool. We covered this in the Lightroom book, but there's a tool here for removing that chromatic aberration, which are these purple. So you can sample it. It can do it automatically too. And still looks a little weird. Could use a little more tweaking, but maybe I'll just tone it down a little bit. Yeah, and there you go. So if we look at it before and after, you can see it definitely looks more natural. Chromatic aberration is rarely attractive. And then I just cropped it a little more offset. You might even drop the blacks a little. Just, yeah, increase the contrast a little bit more.
I love that. I'm giving this a pick.
Yeah, I agree. And great use of lens flare. Lens flare, sometimes it's a bad thing, but more often than not, I actually like it in a picture. That's why I let all my lenses get really dusty and dirty.
Oh, you planned that?
No. Black light with UV paint.
This
That's really
actually
cool.
makes me feel like they have some kind of gross disease, like when they put a black light on germs.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of a weird effect.
But I do like the effect of like the different colors and the brightness and everything. I just
I think
yeah.
I think the difference is going to be something about the pattern of how it's painted on.
Yeah, I think that could be the difference. Like even putting it in their hair to bring out their hair and not making it so like splattery.
Yeah, like in some places it feels almost kind of random and it's kind of clumped together.
Like a rash.
Which I don't know how to do that
But
with this
maybe
type of paint.
that's like the point. Maybe it's like a commentary on, I don't know.
I guess I'm saying I think taking that picture to the next level is going to be
Sure, I
mastering dispersing the paint and finding creative ways to do it and kind of make it look deliberate. So just think about how the paint is laid out.
I think they're at
but
a good
I've never done
starting
it
point.
before. Yeah, interesting shot. I feel like this could use a little more contrast to it. Why not, right?
You did it.
Yeah.
Good for you, Tony. Siobhan, how are you doing? We haven't even talked to you.
I got some questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is from our friend Twitchy, who says, I have a fussy baby on my hands. Can Chelsea sing a quick lullaby?
Oh my gosh, that's so much pressure. I
You
can't.
were totally cut out for this though, Chelsea. You've been living your whole life waiting for this moment.
Another time. my friend.
No, you're not going to do the lullaby.
No, I feel bad. I don't know what to sing to this baby. What if it doesn't like my voice and it screams more? I can't. What else you got, Siobhan?
Oh God, Hungry's barking at me. We were told the beverage of choice would be a Bloody Mary. However, this failed to materialize on last week's show. Will normal service be resumed next Thursday?
Well, we said that we would be drinking water last week because we can't drink at 1 because then I'll go to sleep. So I have just the iced coffee this week. And Tony, you just have regular coffee, right?
Yeah, I just have regular hot coffee. I know it's super boring. Definitely would rather be
Nice.
tying one on. Just like it's like 1 o'clock, and we have
So much work ahead of us for
kids
today.
to get off the school bus and like normal daily life stuff.
Show up to the school bus.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping off. What else do you have?
Someone asked, what was the best new camera or camera-related accessory that we saw at the latest expos?
I didn't get to really shoot with them. You get to kind of just touch them a little bit. The 70 to 200, the new Nikon 70 to 200 is something I'd like to work with more.
Yeah,
I like
I'm
that.
really excited. That is very practical, but I think we might just end up switching to the D810 and that from the Canon.
And I'd like
See
to
how it
try
goes.
the 85 1.4 Sigma art lens.
Yeah, that looks and it felt spectacular too. Both just practical portrait photographer stuff.
And I'm trying to think of accessories and things. There were a lot of bags there. I can't think of really much else.
No, I'm pumped about the new generation of radio triggered like studio lights, like strobes with batteries and TTL and high speed sync, just very portable lights that you can set up on a stand.
Yeah.
None of them are really sexy. They're all just like portrait photographer trying to get work done stuff. But if you do that kind of stuff, it can save
exciting.
you such a
Yeah.
headache. Sorry, but yeah, it wasn't an especially exciting exhibit. There wasn't a whole. All the stuff was behind glass because it wasn't real yet, like the EM5 Mark II or the EM1 Mark II and the GH5.
Yeah, I tried to steal it and they were like, it's not real. It's like, I'll steal it anyway.
That'll teach them.
Yeah, I'll teach them.
Let's take a look at Robert Wellstead's portfolio. It's hosted on Squarespace, a sponsor of our show.
Robert,
Which category? You probably want to
Tame
check out Tame
Beast.
Beast because dogs, right?
look at that.
Oh, he's a cutie. Oh, I see. I need to do this.
E-Rock.
Let's scale this down a little bit.
That's it?
Okay, so that's an issue. There's only 2 pictures in that
But
category.
it's so cute. Can we, I want to. That's the derpiest elk I've ever seen.
Oh my god,
Really
that is really cute. I would add a little contrast, but that's super cute.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you'd add
What
a little.
is that? Oh no, I thought maybe we were looking at the same picture. Well, that is an ambitious snake. You got to give it to that
He's
snake.
greedy. Why doesn't the toad care? He's like, whatever.
Yeah, that's
Life is futile.
Fascinating. Look at this guy. Oh, that's majestic. I might lead with that picture. That one is really striking with the contrast. Raise the whites a little bit. Oh, he's really cute.
I like that one.
Okay, that is a good
There
one
was
to lead with. You're right.
a photography contest for the funniest wildlife pictures, and I feel like that one would work well. Let's go to humans. I like that he's just like. I like these labels here. That's also a human.
It's cracking me up with her like over the shoulder pose.
She is a born model. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. The
But why
kids
are
with
they
their
climbing to heaven? That makes me nervous.
Oh my god, yeah, what kind of weird thing is going on here? That's a great portrait.
That's really great.
That is great. Yeah, that should be your first or second one, I think. I
That's
really
so
like
cute.
that. That's really nice too.
Oh,
That's cute. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a really nice picture.
these are great.
Yeah, those are all great pictures.
I like the humans.
Okay, take a look at the views here.
I feel bad about that fussy baby now.
Beautiful shot of light. You feel bad about the fussy
I
baby?
know. I'm just thinking about that fussy baby. Just give it candy. That's good for babies.
I think your portfolio is looking really good. I've had a few specific suggestions. If you go back and listen to them, you can hear them. Like this one could use a white point lift, and this one I would just maybe reduce the clarity a little bit. It looks like maybe you cranked up the clarity some, and some is good, but maybe slightly less.
Yeah,
than
you
that.
can see on the edges of that cliff there.
And I would get rid of the,
No, just
Paint
add
these?
to it. Just add to it.
or yeah, just expand it.
Yeah. Let's see about. I want to
Yeah,
know,
let's
Robert.
check out Robert.
What's up, Robert?
You know, your about page is like a real bummer. You just start out with like a real bummer statement. Have you ever felt at any time in your life that every day you set foot at your place of employment was killing you slowly? That's where I'm at. Dude, Robert, you're bringing us all down.
No, but he said he's like on his way to a happier place. That's cool.
Yeah, maybe you could rephrase it so you start with the happy part instead of like, I'm slowly dying inside. Hire me.
I have a different suggestion. After that paragraph, just put in that cute dog picture and soften the blow and then just keep going. All right. Nice to meet you, Robert. I love your pictures. I'm sorry you hate your job. I hope you find a better one.
Yeah, I think that it's common in the photography community. Like, certainly, well, it's not that I hated my previous jobs, but things definitely got better. And when you pursue what you love doing, you'll be better and better at it.
I did not like my previous job.
Where do you
Remember I
think-
used to have to pluck cat testicles?
Where do you think he works? We should all take guesses.
I bet he doesn't have to pluck cat testicles. Robert, let's have a bad job off.
I was hoping he said in his bio. I thought he might like specifically call out his boss. I hate you, Mr. Johnson.
I had a Facebook friend do that, and then she lost her job like a week or two later, and I was really wondering, is that related? Maybe.
Well, here's what Robert had to say about using Squarespace. It's so easy to use. A moron like me can figure it out.
Robert, we need more self-love, man. We need a
I
cuddle.
know. I just want to give you a hug. Everything's getting better for you. You're definitely not a moron.
No, you're great.
You're a good photographer.
I mean,
Your portfolio looked great.
a moron could use Squarespace, but you're not one.
Squarespace. If you want your own awesome Squarespace portfolio, even if you're a moron, it's okay. Go to squarespace.com/Tony. Get a 14-day free trial. Put up your best pictures. Organize it. Try out different templates. It's really easy to do. Check it out on mobile devices. It all works perfectly. Look at analytics. Set up a store even. It's all built in. If you decide you like it after your trial, you can give them a credit card number then and use the coupon code portfolio and save 10% off. Thanks, Robert, for sending it in.
Thanks, Robert.
Look on the bright side, bro.
All kidding aside, that actually something like that on his about page might affect the way people call him for bookings and stuff. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
Okay.
He didn't have a proper pricing page up, though. I mean, I feel like you could definitely do pro portraits and stuff at this point, and you should solicit that. And yeah, I think that would bring anybody down.
Here's a new
But
job opportunity.
It's fine. Maybe you don't care. Oh, well, I thought you were going to go somewhere with that.
No, yeah, he could do portraits professionally. Make some money on the side.
Oh,
Job
yeah.
he likes.
Yeah. Okay, back to reviewing pictures of light.
I want to hear from Siobhan.
Okay.
Remember her? She has the cool glasses.
Yeah,
She
I
says
remember
some
that
good
chick.
stuff. What's up, Siobhan?
Hey guys. Okay. I have heard that with the new XT2, you shoot in JPEG because the onboard processor is so good. Did you ask Tony if he shoots RAW files or JPEGs with it?
I have been shooting RAW,
RAW
plus
plus
JPEG,
JPEG,
so
both.
that I can go back and compare them. But I just don't see like a huge difference. I don't know, between using the Lightroom processor. I just don't see it. I don't know where this myth of the Fuji JPEG file magic comes from. It's like, it's fine, but so is the Lightroom one.
I'll have to look and compare. I haven't compared.
Yeah, so we do both. And actually I should add too, because I'm working on the review now, I should add just like a side by side, like tell me which you think is better, because I don't think most people would ever be able to distinguish the differences between them.
Yeah, I like to do those sneaky ones where you make them tell you. You figure it out.
I know, the blind test, right?
It's like when you give your friends cheap wine.
Mhm.
And
I
ask
love the
them
blind
what-
test.
The blind test. This is your favorite wine? Blindfold them. See if they like the box wine more.
You know what's telling? Some people will refuse to do a blind test.
No.
They will because they don't want to be. Maybe they don't want to admit to themselves or other people that they don't actually know what they're talking about. That's too painful for people. But you see it all the time, in different areas too. Even in the photography community, like if I've tried to ask people like which lens is sharper, and some people are like, "Oh no, you're not fooling me with that."
That's funny.
Beautiful example of backlighting here. We had some of those God rays come. You can see like how a God ray comes about. I know I brightened it up some too. You need three things. You need a bright source of light, usually the sun, and then you need some sort of haze in the air. Something, because the light coming through the air has to reflect off of something, and usually it's
Particles.
lots of humidity. Sometimes it's dust. The third thing you need is something dark and something dark behind the light ray, because if there might be a light ray here in front of this water, but it's bright, so you wouldn't see it. You only see it because there were these dark trees here. So you need those three things. And if you want to know how it's done, watch Game of Thrones, because those guys are always working the God
They
rays,
must
and they're
have
great at
canned
it.
fog everywhere on that set.
Yeah,
It looks amazing.
you can buy aerosol sprays that just put particles in the air.
We should do that at our house so that it always looks like very like intense around here.
Yeah, we have a fog machine, but it's not quite.
It
the
smells
same.
weird.
Yeah. You know how to get this cool star effect, Chelsea?
Yeah. You put your aperture like to a high number.
Yeah, exactly. And they shot it at f/16, and it kind of gives this nice starburst. That's the Tamron 15 to 30 in particular has a nice one. That's one of the differences between different landscape lenses is how they handle this kind of. It's a special effect thing. You don't generally see that with your eye,
I've
but it's cool.
definitely tried to do that and have gotten bad results with some lenses.
Yeah, sometimes you shut it way down and the flaring just goes out of control. But that one turned out really
Wait,
nice.
Max Kaufman, do we know him? Sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
yeah. Yeah, he's a nice gentleman over in Germany.
Oh, thought that sounded familiar. Hello, Max. Jean.
I think the light is nice here, but I feel like it needs something else.
They got that little starburst there.
Yeah,
Let's expose it for her.
yeah. Don't be afraid to like blow out part of it. I also want to like compose it slightly differently, just because she's so dead center and the sun is like up at an angle like that. Nice shot. Great location too. Is that real light, Chelsea?
I don't think it is, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah, it seems odd to me because this seems like the product of overcast light. And then suddenly we have these like this bright hard light here that I don't see any actual evidence of in the rest of the scene. I could be wrong.
Uh-oh. But we didn't say anything else. I like the contrast of the golden light with the broken down car.
Yeah, I actually like the mood that the
Yeah.
lighting provided. It looks cool. It supports the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry about my phone, guys. Let me put it here.
That's cool. It looks like you actually recovered the highlights too much though. So yeah, this should be white and it's like some shade of gray.
Because I think they wanted to show off that really cool Edison bulb.
Oh, they recovered it to show the actual fibers.
This is
Oh, nice.
Troy's picture.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, okay. Troy,
I like it in black and white. But y'all know me.
Yeah, I think you can still get it if you just brighten it up so that that's an actual white point. There you go. Just clipping a little bit. And you could even recover the highlights in the face a little bit to balance it. But yeah, it can be difficult to balance the subject, balance the lighting when you're shooting right into a light.
I actually think this light is, I guess it's showing some highlights on them, but it's not very good light.
Yeah, it's tough light. I mean, just bring some studio lights to
Have you
light the
guys
work up when they
ever
come out.
watched a video on how these things hunt? Because it's terrifying how smart they are.
Oh no, what do they do?
They work as a pod to hunt down a seal, and some of them will actually chase a seal into a place where there are more waiting. So they'll just kind of like funnel it into a certain area where there are other ones. And they'll also go up to animals floating on ice and like tip them off. And then some will be waiting all around the edges. It's so scary. It's very, very scary.
That's just mean. That's
And they're
bullying.
super smart because they're dolphins. They're part of the dolphin family. So they hunt as a team and stuff. Right, Justin? I bet you've watched stuff about this.
Yeah, I've just seen like Planet Earth and stuff. It's pretty cool.
The more you know.
I get really into sea creatures because they terrify me.
You're afraid you're just going to be on an iceberg at some point and an orca is going to come along and tip you right off. And at first you're going to be like, wee! And then you're like, oh, man.
I'll be like, I know how this ends. I saw that seal.
That's cool. I like the reflection in there.
Let's brighten this baby up.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, get it glowing a little bit. Wow, that's a beautiful scene.
This makes me want to sing from The Sound of Music.
Yeah, I'll give that one a pick. That's just a really gorgeous scene.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe tone down the colors a little bit, but it's really pretty. Nice bouquet.
You hit that hard. Seems like... Oh, let's bring up... Let's go like this, and let's do the contrast thing.
Yeah.
There we are. I like that. Oh, she is in the golden light. That's really cute.
I really like her hair blowing. She looks so sassy.
She's really
It's just
cute.
like she's got this like runway model face.
Mm-hmm, and her hand in her pocket. She's like, "Are we
She's
done
too
yet?"
good for all this.
Her shirt's really the coolest.
Oh wow.
This is really cool light. I'm gonna give you a pick.
Yeah. That's just amazing. It looks cinematic, like it's a scene from some movie about aliens or something. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I'm definitely giving you a pick there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to agree with that pick. That's a double pick. People ask us what we do with the pictures. We don't do anything with them.
You can sell them for huge profits. Cut you all out right out of it.
This
I think it's
is
a beautiful like postcard
cool.
picture. Yeah.
Let's keep rolling.
Okay. Oh, I think I got to re-import. It actually happened. We got through the pictures.
Yes.
Siobhan, you got any
Siobhan.
questions, comments for us? What's the funniest thing somebody said today?
Well, I'm just shaking my head at you because there are so many more pictures submitted.
Oh, okay.
There are almost 1,200 people watching right now.
Oh, hey, 1,200 people. Maybe we should always do it at 1 o'clock.
But I can't be fun at 1 o'clock.
I know. We just
I
have to
so
make it
much-
okay to drink at 1 o'clock.
I can't. I'll fall asleep. I have
Just
to do
start
so
working
much
at
work
2
after
a.m.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already had people giving us a hard time about not day drinking. I was like, this is our job, right? And then we have to keep working after this show's over.
I'm like, Tony and I were having this Wednesday lunch thing for a while, just so we'd have some time together out of the office, and we would get mojitos, and then I would fall asleep every time, and we were like, no more Wednesday mojitos.
Yeah, no, then you just have to keep drinking if you want to stay awake. And that's not a good idea in the
No.
middle of the week.
I can't even have more than one drink. It just makes me feel gross. So
I'm
I
with
guess
you.
you guys
Guys,
got the whole
we're old.
story now.
Yeah, not much funny.
Guys,
But I've got some gear questions. Those are always a riot.
All right. Hit me with your funniest gear question.
we'd probably answer gear questions if they were a little more entertaining about it.
Yeah, right?
You okay? You okay?
I just hate asking questions that we've either already answered, or if we haven't answered them yet, it's because we don't have the gear.
Or there's a, yeah.
Have you guys tested out ProPhoto OCF flash systems like the B1?
Yeah. They're fantastic, but they're very, 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 very expensive. So there you have it. When it came to us, we definitely, I even went and talked to the guys at ProPhoto. but I ended up buying some Chinese Godox flashes, which seem to have similar capabilities. I prefer the Profoto mount for light modifiers because it's zoomable. Like you can adjust light modifiers in and out.
Yeah.
But when it came down to it, you can buy like 4 or 5 equally capable Godox lights. And so even if they're not as bulletproof or not as reliable, I could have a whole array of backup equipment there. You could easily spend, 15 or 20K getting a decent Profoto setup. So
Wow.
like, it's worth it. It's quality stuff. It feels good. They have great support, but
It's expensive.
yeah, you pay for it.
They can find that video by searching like portrait light shootout or something. It's really old, but
Yeah, that's not the actual B1 that we have used the B1, but it's similar. Like you get an idea for what the quality is.
yeah.
What else, Siobhan?
Well, I just got an actual funny gear question, which is, what is the best tripod for self-defense?
That's pretty funny. But I think it'd probably have to be the 3-legged thing.
Right.
Because it comes with these little like screw-on spikes for the bottom of the tripod, and you could really probably do some damage with that.
Yeah, it
Or
won't
just
physically
frustrate a
hurt
person
you,
to
but
death?
it will write like bitchy tweets about you.
It'll hurt you emotionally.
It'll try to hurt you emotionally.
All right, what else do I have? Do you have a favorite location that you keep returning to get the perfect light?
We do. I would say it's that. What is it? What's the lighthouse in New London called? It has a name.
Ledge light.
Ledge Light. I think that's what we keep going to. We visited there 50 times. Probably remember we used to go there every day and take a picture of it in a different light.
Yeah.
And like we've been going back to get different shots of it with the moon.
Yeah.
It's everybody knows it as the Casey Neistat Lighthouse now.
Now it's the Casey Neistat.
That's what everybody
Lighthouse.
says when I post a picture of it. He went there one time.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He lives in that town. So, all right.
Let's take a look at a few pictures. This is a really nice picture, but this is our focal point, and it was a little bit out of focus. I cranked up the sharpening, and that largely kind of compensated for it. Sharpening can do a lot, actually. This is a nice shot, but I feel like the tighter shots of the same kind of subject worked better, where you just kind of isolated it. Like
Yeah.
the background is nice, but I think the main subject is just kind of the textures in here. Maybe wait for the light to get a little bit lower too.
Ooh.
This is just like gorgeous, right? But we do this over and over again. It's sdp.io/top tip, where we just keep like going in and kind of setting a white point, because you just basically always want a white point, even if something is going to be low key, especially if you're making a print. Otherwise, it just looks a little washed out. But just to give you some idea.
Drama.
This is striking. It's cool. It looks like a spiral staircase, and I don't know if it was the camera was moving.
I want to bring up the entire exposure just to see what's going on.
Okay. Chelsea loves peeking into the shadows.
You should say that during our spooky show.
Let's drop the vibrance down just a touch. And the subject is lit. I don't know that light is doing anything for the scene, because overall the scene is just kind of evenly lit. But it is a nice, decent long exposure. You might even back off the exposure a little bit, like raise the f-stop number so that the lights aren't quite as blown out.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, that is
You're
really
gonna crop
nice.
this, aren't you?
Well, this was bothering me, though I might not bother. Though, like, do you feel like the hard light is the best light
Yeah, I like
for a
it a lot.
flower? Oh, really? I usually like a more diffused light. I don't like those kind of hard
I
shadows
like
from the
it
petals.
for this one. I think it's cool. Hey, we were there.
We were, and that's a really cool
This
angle
is
on it.
Big Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's what the Irish call it.
The Irish. I like this guy. He's like, what the heck is that? This is a difficult one to get.
Beautiful contrast in the shot, and the the light isn't striking about the picture, but the sun is far enough off to the left that it's giving you nice texture for these clouds, lots of depth to it.
I just thought of a segment for this show.
Hmm.
We should have a picture every week and let people submit captions for it. Because I love funny captions. I know it's corny, but it's kind of my weakness.
Okay.
I'm doing it, and I'm going to use that guy's cool dog pictures first. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. I don't, it's not the light that strikes me in the shot, but I'm giving it a pick anyway. It's a beautiful picture. Yeah, another Godray shot. They really can be tough. I feel like this one has worked better than anything else. I could see you brought out the clarity in the sky because you kind of struggle with that same thing. Where you're like, oh, there's God rays, but they're not as distinct as I want. And I do feel like it worked.
That's neat.
Yeah, I like the silhouettes and kind of showing people interacting with it.
Whoa. That's cool. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
going through quickly now because we have so many pictures. This is beautiful.
That is cool. I'll give that a pick. She jumped in there and
I thought she was doing the
Grab
double
the pose.
bird at first. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, screw you, nature. I like this a lot. I think I'd go black and white. There we go.
yeah, I like that too. Nicely done. What a beautiful shot. You really got to break out the big telephotos for sunsets and stuff. And even this tighter crop might work better.
Balance it. Oh, but they liked those clouds up there. That's why they did that.
I know, I like those clouds too, but
I like it before.
something to consider.
You ruined my life.
I'm going to give this one a pick because it wouldn't be fair to not give it a pick. We've seen this theme a couple of times, and I
Yeah,
think
I
it
like
works
it.
really well. It is a really nice shot.
Beautiful sunset.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to just raise the whole exposure here, in particular the white points, because it got still a little bit washed out.
It's really difficult to capture a sunset because when you see a beautiful sunset, it's just all around you and it just sets this mood over the whole earth. You feel like you're just enveloped by it, and then you take a picture and it's always like, that's not really quite what I'm feeling.
Yeah,
So we've
sunsets
seen-
are one of the biggest challenges.
We've seen some really good ones today.
You have a nice shaft of light coming in here. Are you laughing because I said shaft?
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm a mature woman. I like it.
Yeah, the light here is really interesting. Like, why is half of it? Is it a time lapse? You think? Like, were the shots taken at different times and
No, I
blended
think
together?
nature's just crazy. But look, they did do some funky things. What happened?
Yeah, maybe the sun is just far enough past the horizon that it was only lighting up half the clouds, but it was a cool shot. I'm trying to make light the subject here, so maybe I'm getting a little bit distracted by it. I do think it's an interesting
think it's
shot
a
with
cool
the faces.
picture.
Yeah.
Very spooky. Come back next week.
I don't see light as a subject in this at all. It seems like it's very flat light, but I like the symmetrical composition of it. And if the kid was coming down the slide, it would add a little something to it. This is a great shot. It's a fantastic setup. You saw great fog, and I guess stuck a tripod in the middle of the road and maybe posed for it, or you got somebody to pose. Great setup. You took advantage of the fog, which is important. Have a fog plan. You know what? Have a shot ready.
You
for
know,
fog.
like in an adventure movie, how the hero always has a go bag with like a bunch of money
Yeah.
and a gun and a different passport. You need a fog bag.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have that umbrella ready. You have to have a place to go. I think this is where you were going. Have a fog plan.
Yeah, exactly. Have your location picked. Have, the umbrella and a camera with a fresh battery and a memory card in it. So when you see that you're getting these crazy conditions, which don't happen often, you can take advantage of it. Great job. Did I give that one a pick?
Did you just think of the fog plan like right here, right now? Or is this something you really thought about?
No, we've had a fog plan before.
We did?
Our shots didn't turn out good at all. But
What was our fog plan?
I don't even want to talk about it. It turned out so bad, but we did a fog shoot one time. This is tough. I'm not sure what to do with it. Oh, maybe because it has kind of a flat look to it. I think it might be because it was taken with a GoPro. Nonetheless, I think it's a great scene. I really like the kids kind of standing there checking it out.
Good fog plan.
Oh, it's like a pool. That is super cool. I'm definitely going to give that one a pick. I like the color in it too.
Okay.
It took me a second to ponder what it was, but that's awesome. Great eye with that.
I like
Again.
it in black and white. You like in color.
Yeah, I think it does work both ways, but really a great shot.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like it. I don't see the light as being particularly outstanding. The light is nice. There's a little bit of a catch light there.
Yeah. Ooh, that is
Oh.
good lighting.
Yeah, that is really gorgeous. Great light on that. Yeah, this is definitely the right time to take a picture of this building, kind of at the sunset when the light is on the front face. And you could come back at a different time of day and take a picture of the same subject, and it would be much less interesting.
Where is this?
I don't know. I've given up guessing.
Oh, what is this story? This is so cool. I'm going to peek. I have no idea. But this is really great.
Yeah, and the lighting here adds so much mood to it and gives it like a painterly feel. I love
feels
the
like
lady through the window.
This feels like a painting. It tells such a story. There's a soccer ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what this guy...
Our dog Cowboy is there.
Crow?
Cowboy, what are you doing?
She's like, I got to get rid of that soccer ball.
Giving that one a pick. That's a great
I'm
shot.
going to get 5 stars.
Real story.
That's my favorite of the night.
I agree.
I think you're going for like this light here, and I agree. I like that. I just want to maybe bring... Wait, this is not locked.
Yeah, I think that's your subject, but most of the shot is not that. So
Let's
it wasn't immediately obvious to me. But yeah, I think it's an interesting time of day to photograph this particular building.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They really dressed that building up.
Really fun.
You had an interesting sky here. I think we need something more compelling in the composition for a focal point. I like the line of the water moving diagonally up here, but maybe you could get closer to the boats. As it is, this is kind of the most substantial part of the picture, and there's kind of nothing going on here. And this is nice,
sorry.
but no,
I got a
sorry.
little excited.
Oh, man, stupid Windows is now telling me about everybody's birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
Windows. I don't even know these people. Sorry if that was your birthday.
They're watching and they just were like,
Could have just said happy birthday.
it's like your
Jerk.
aunt. You definitely should know them.
You know what? We have like 4 people who are having their birthday today. Statistically, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hope it's better than last year. We all remember that.
This might be a little bit of off-camera flash, or maybe it's just a nice light. But yeah, I think the lighting here is nice. Got a little catch light in the eyes. Cute kid.
Cute.
Never hurts.
Baby. Sure.
Yeah, I agree. A little more contrast here. Oh, there you go. Breaking out the graduated filter to balance the exposure between the super bright sky and the buildings. Yeah, you get what we're going for.
Good expression.
Yeah,
She looks intense.
great job matching
She
the
looks cool as heck.
light and her pose and the processing and all that. So I'll give that one a pick.
Yeah. What happened here? I'm going to peek.
Yeah,
So I peek.
this didn't
Yeah.
immediately convey to me just because I just couldn't see any of the details.
Now I know it's 2 people stuck in a fence.
Yeah, as I'm pondering it more, I kind of get what they're going for with like
The
these
lines.
powerful lines here and that.
I like
Yeah,
his
I
glasses.
think it's the type of shot that you need to ponder. I did like brightening it; that helped it convey to me. This is really pretty. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe play with the color and bring out a little bit more of the color.
Pick. Beautiful.
Wait, real flare or fake flare?
I think it's real because I haven't seen one that strange shape before.
Yeah, I like that a lot, and I'll give that one a pick too. Great shot and great expression.
Sony
Everything is perfect
RX1.
about that.
Ooh, I love this light.
Yeah, this is a great use of light.
I'm going to just
Nicely done.
check these whites here and make sure. There we go. So much sunset.
Yeah. And this is a great example of how to do a sunset shot. They found something to put in the foreground. It's not just the sunset. There's a whole story about the sunset, and that helps it out a lot.
What's he checking out?
That guy is fly, but I don't know that the lighting here is really doing anybody any favors. It kind of feels like midday lighting. You're trying to warm it up, give it more of like a
Because
sunsetty feel.
I see what they see. These shadows and these fringy leaves, and it's framing this guy. I see what you're doing. This boat ruins it. This garbage bin.
Yeah.
These people need to go home because it's all about this guy.
Another great sunset picture. This is a great overall story. Maybe you had the option of getting a little bit lower to the ground, just like dropping your camera right in the sand to change the composition a little bit, but I think it turned out really nice.
It's a lot of contrast. But I like those rays.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at this majestic pupper.
Yeah, but we got to get rid of this. I'm sorry.
What? How do you do that?
Sorry, you were adjusting the exposure here and I accidentally dragged the mouse. We got to get rid of the dog butt that's poking up. Or just wait a little bit until that dog moves, because it probably would move at some point. This is a great scene. I would just hang out there and wait for the subjects to move. If you could have gotten the person on the bench to lean forward and separate themselves from the building, it would have added a little bit to the photo.
Let me just see something.
Just some things to
I
consider.
don't know how this is going to go, but darn it. Let me lock that again.
Yeah, I think that helps. Maybe we can even bring out a little more color by dropping the highlight some. Okay. You can clone this dog butt right out.
Oh, but that's a
Content
happy,
or Horrorful will take
that's
that
a
guy
happy dog butt. Really difficult to catch a spider web, but you did it.
Yeah, I would definitely try to get it a little bit tighter, though. Okay.
Really cool.
You got me right in the feels now. Forget those puppies. This is gorgeous. I'm giving that one a pick, and I don't know what the
A
airplane
plane
is.
will never love you back.
A B-17.
Hey, what
Oh,
happened to that
nice work,
guy that was
Justin.
going to show us his plane?
I don't know.
He forgot
Look
about
at
us so
this.
hard.
This isn't really about the light. It's more about the weather conditions, but it's absolutely gorgeous. You had much more interesting weather than we did when we were at Yosemite. Nice work. Just watch the crop at
I
the
like
top.
both.
It got a little cropped off a little bit there. You could, if that's the way you shot it, you could undo that. You can expand the canvas in Photoshop and use Content Aware Fill to supplement the sky and fill in that blank spot. We covered it in the Photoshop
That's in the book. That's
It's
why
in the book
we wrote
because it's a
whole
handy
book.
trick.
We're super cool.
This is definitely like a time for a graduated filter, right?
Yeah, because we need these exposed.
Yeah, you got the shot, but the exposure difference is just too much, and as a result, those pumpkins are just completely washed out looking. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, too many people try to make use masks and selections and stuff, but really, like a soft graduated filter is usually the best, most natural way to do it. And I find whenever I recover shadows, I always have to go back and increase the vibrance or saturation too. It seems like recovering things loses color.
Yeah, this didn't really
I don't know
work
why
out
that
up
is.
here for me, but
Yeah, I know it's a live show, but you could do more tweaking there to kind of balance those. Again, the light here isn't so much part of the subject. It's a pretty scene, but the light itself is actually really flat. Sometimes it helps fall colors, but a lot of times direct light will help too.
wow.
That's a gorgeous shot, and especially with the kind of juxtaposition with the lighthouse. I love the long exposure. I gave it a pick right away if you didn't notice, but beautiful, beautiful scene. This looks like Portugal. This looks exactly like Portugal, right?
Oh yeah, we were here.
Yeah, that's got to be the same one from my portfolio.
Beautiful. Oops.
It's a silhouette, but I don't know that light is a big part of it. But nonetheless, I think it's a great picture,
Yeah, it's cool.
and the lighting definitely helps it out. There's been some strange processing on this. It feels like it was maybe HDR processed. So you might just came out a little HDR, but I did like the way it turned out.
This is a great shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it would just increase the contrast a little bit. But beautiful scene and great composition.
Whoa, really cool.
Yeah, I like the shadows here a lot too. Great eye. I'm going to give that one a pick. I see he was on a photo walk, and that's one of those shots that somebody else would have gotten and I would have been jealous about. Nicely done. Yeah, you're trying to get the snow
White.
properly exposed. And again, we're shooting right into the sun here.
Yeah, it can be
Let me just-
difficult. You're going to do this, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, man, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, and I don't want to sneeze on the air.
Another thing that you can do is if you have something white in a photo and you want the white properly exposed, a lot of the time it picks up a lot of blue. I noticed this with birds. I don't know if it's going to work here, but sometimes you can up the luminance of the blue, and then that raises the white point there without destroying any detail. See what I did there? And you can see how blue the before was, but sometimes the blue colors are nice, so it depends on your...
Let me just bring the highlights down even further. All right. Okay, well, you get the idea. Somewhere in between those two.
That was a
I
fun
don't want
one.
to lose all the color. I think this is a little bit of... I don't know if it's light painting or just it's kind of lit up, but yeah, it's a cool focal point.
Yeah, it's very cool. Beautiful.
Gorgeous shot.
Love it. Gonna give it a pick.
Yeah, once again, I wouldn't mind brightening up the overall scene and make sure that the whites are nice and bright, but really pretty.
Let's go through real quick.
Okay, good sunshine shot.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Pick this, yeah, gallery picture.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Nice. I love.
Oh, that's
cool
really
idea.
nice too. Beautiful. Good job putting a focal point in there.
He looks really surprised. He's just cool.
Oh,
This is beautiful
With the
light.
rower, that's, yeah, when we talk about we need a focal point, you found it. That's perfect. The rower makes it. We see so many skyline shots, but they all need that.
Aw. Oh, that's really creepy.
That is cool.
Nice.
That's a great use of bokeh. I don't know if the light was exciting, but it was
Beautiful
good.
light. These sunset shots. Wow.
Oh,
Pick.
another
5-star.
pick. Yeah. The
That's
focal
amazing.
point, right?
Yeah.
Makes all the difference.
And her hair. That's an interesting.
That's really cool. I like that. Good timing. That must have taken a few shots.
Oh, that's a really pretty plane shot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Backlit leaves.
Yeah, I know what you mean when
Nice
you're sitting
mood.
there and the light looks nice. Yeah. Oh, that really confused me.
Yeah, that is really
I
cool.
was like, meh.
That is a very realistic dollhouse.
I know. That is like the Queen's dollhouse. I like that person on the bicycle. They just really stick out.
Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed.
Cool
This is nice.
shot. I'm gonna give
backlighting.
that a pick. Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that's someone had a bad day. Kids
Oh.
are always doing that.
That's a really cute shot.
Nice.
Concerts are great for getting cool lighting.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
even study how they use light at different concerts. Like St. Vincent is great at lighting things up. Like you can learn stuff as a photographer from watching how she does her shows. I love the reflection of the sun in that last shot.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Going through real quick, guys. Sorry
Gorgeous
about
shot.
that.
Oh, I like that a lot. The light streaming through. You put
Yeah.
somebody in there.
Oh, that one's great.
Yeah, that one's
Very.
great too.
Guys, save it for the spooky show. What are you doing? Just a little too much saturation.
A little light painting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
looks like on-camera flash turned out
Yeah.
really good.
Good moon.
Use some side lighting on that moon.
I think that was a on-camera flash for that moon.
Yeah.
Really powerful stuff.
Ah, great
Cool.
composition. Take up that piece of trash.
Someone had a fog plan. This is very cute. How'd you?
Yeah, what's going on? The hell is going on?
Just how?
Mind blowing, right?
Do you think they were just taking a picture of the candles and a mouse came up and was like, "Why are you doing it?"
Those candles are made of cheese.
Yeah, cheese candles. He looks
Oh,
amazed.
it's perfect for your mouse's birthday.
How? Just that must be their pet. I guess that's obvious. Okay, cool. Oh, I love this. You took something simple and you made us see the beauty in it. Really nice.
That's a gorgeous flower picture. I love the backlighting. The flare helps. Very nice. Great mood.
Yeah, I agree. Very cool. Here's some stuff going on. Final days.
Ah, great silhouette.
Yeah,
Beautiful waves
really
crashing.
nice.
Sorry we can't spend more time on the pictures. We're already late.
Oh, look at that. Right between the bridge.
Yeah, that's really nice. I even like the inclusion of the cloud at the top.
Yeah, that's some good light.
Yeah, great use of the work with the hair.
Nice. Yeah, these are great. Siobhan, do you have any more questions or comments before we
Oh my
Before
God,
we
there are
go
so many
away?
pictures.
I do. Kyle Wolf was asking about apps that tell you when the sky's going to look awesome. I suggested Photographer's Ephemeris, but he was talking specifically about places that, tell you when the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises will be. Do you guys use the Skyfire part of Photographer's Ephemeris for that?
Oh, I don't know. I know there's at least one app. So I guess the answer is I don't know, but I do know that there are tools out there that show awesome stuff, and I should do a roundup of them, maybe test them out.
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
thanks for the nudge.
Yeah, thanks for the nudge. What else you got going on, Siobhan? Nice.
Oh,
This
That
one's
was great.
awesome. Pick.
yeah.
Where have you guys tried the new MS Surface AIO?
I haven't.
IO?
No. I need to give the MS Surface another try because I tried one of the early revisions of it and
My God.
was not impressed, but I'm sure they've gotten better. Yeah. My problem is I want to use laptops mostly when I travel, and most of what I'll be doing is either editing 4K video or editing 50 megapixel pictures in Lightroom.
Oh, yeah.
And like you just can't do either one of those tasks on a laptop right now, not a top-end laptop. So I just end up waiting. So I was just yesterday specking out new laptops for you, Justin. Like, we got to get Justin a faster laptop. And if I got a top spec laptop right now, it would be about 15% faster than your current, 4-year-old laptop? How old is that laptop?
Yeah, surprisingly old for how fast it is and everything still, I think. But
Yeah, like computers used to double in performance every couple of years. So if you upgraded after 2 or 4 years, you'd see this huge benefit. And now it's like you wouldn't even notice. And plus you lose like 2 days of work just trying to transfer stuff over to your new laptop. So it seems like it's hardly worth it. I don't know why. Like smartphones keep getting faster, but they've just like given up on PCs.
I'm giving these people so many pics.
Oh, that's a great shot with the umbrella.
I'm really rolling.
Wow.
Oh, look.
What's going on there? Yeah, great work. Oh, look at that. Give that one a pick. My God, Charles, why would you just diss that picture like that?
You don't know my life.
The Eiffel Tower.
That cat has a leash. Pick for patient cat.
Man, I used to try to walk my cat on a leash. That thing would flip out.
Why did you do that?
Like twice. Cats don't deal well with leashes. They just fall over right away. And plus, you look like a crazy person if you go out in public.
Is this Aaron Carter?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Cool hair, though.
Cool.
That's a fantastic picture.
Pick.
Dan Gerard.
All right.
Okay.
Whoa.
Great shot. Man, we got to call it a day
Pick.
at some point. We've
But
gone
they
through
have
a lot
so
of
many good pictures.
I know.
I'm seeing some repeats and some three-peats. That's nice.
That's a great shot.
Oh. Were we there?
Are you trying to think if we've been there? I think so. Is that in Germany somewhere?
Okay. Whoa. That's cool. Pick. All right.
Okay, people. We'll be back next Thursday at 5 o'clock, we're returning to our normal scheduled time, and we're looking at spooky pictures next week.
Spooky, then your family stuff the next week.
Yeah, so, you know, your kids get dressed up for Halloween, try to make a thing out of it, like make a whole photo shoot out of it.
Or
Go crazy with the post-processing, whatever it takes to get the mood right, and the mood is spooky. Thank you to our sponsor, Squarespace. If you want your own Squarespace portfolio, go to squarespace.com/Tony. Get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. Try it out, make sure you like it. And then, if you do, use the coupon code portfolio to let them know that you heard about it from us and to get yourself 10% off. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Siobhan. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Us.
Bye, guys.
Bye. There's Tigar. Whew, we had a lot of pictures that time.
Yeah.
We had 12 peak concurrent. That's why 1,200 peak